Your base layer is the first thing you put on in cold weather, and often the most overlooked. It sits right against your skin, and its job is simple. Keep you dry, not just warm. But not all fabrics can do that. Some hold on to sweat and leave you chilled. Others wick it away and keep you comfortable all day long. In this video, we'll compare the most common base layer fabrics, their strengths, weaknesses, and how to choose the right one for your needs. Whether you're heading out for a winter hike or just trying to stay warm at your desk, understanding your base layer is the first step to layering smart. What makes a good base layer fabric? Before comparing specific fabrics, let's talk about what a base layer is actually supposed to do, because it's not just about adding another layer. It's about managing moisture, retaining warmth, and feeling comfortable against your skin. Your body naturally sweats, even in cold weather. And if that sweat stays trapped, it cools down on your skin and starts stealing heat. That's why the most important job of a base layer is to wick moisture away from your body. It doesn't need to be thick. In fact, most base layers are thin, but it must stay dry, or it will make you colder, not warmer. A good base layer fabric should do 3 things well. Wick moisture. Pull sweat away from the skin. Dry quickly, so moisture doesn't stick around and make you cold. Trap just enough heat to keep your body temperature stable without overheating. It also needs to be comfortable, especially for long wear. If it itches, clings awkwardly, or smells after one use, that's a problem. And finally, it should match your activity level and the weather. A high-performance synthetic might be best for intense workouts, while a soft natural fiber could work better for daily wear. So now that we know what to look for, let's break down the most common base layer fabrics, starting with one of the most popular, merino wool. Merino wool, natural warmth and breathability. Merino wool is one of the most popular base layer fabrics, and for good reason. It's soft, warm, breathable, and performs incredibly well in cold weather. But what makes it stand out from other materials? First, merino wool is not like regular wool. It comes from a special breed of sheep, and the fibers are much finer. That means it doesn't itch. Even when worn directly against your skin, it feels soft, smooth, and natural. One of the biggest strengths of merino is temperature regulation. It keeps you warm in the cold, but it also breathes, so you don't overheat when you're moving. This makes it perfect for layering, hiking, commuting, or just spending time outdoors. Another major advantage? Odor resistance. Merino wool has natural antibacterial properties, so it doesn't trap smells like synthetic fabrics often do. You can wear it for several days in a row without it starting to stink, which is why backpackers and travelers love it. Merino also has decent moisture wicking ability. It pulls sweat away from the skin, but not as quickly as high-tech synthetics. However, it still insulates well even when damp, something most synthetic materials can't do. So what's the downside? Mostly the price. Merino wool tends to be expensive, especially if it's 100% pure. It's also less durable over time. The fibers are delicate, and frequent washing or abrasion can cause holes or thinning. Still, for many people, the comfort and performance of merino are worth the cost. It's one of the few base layer fabrics that feels luxurious while being technically reliable. And that's a rare combination. Synthetic fabrics, lightweight and fast-drying. If you've ever worn thermal shirts from a sports brand or activewear line, chances are you've already experienced synthetic base layers. These fabrics, usually polyester, nylon, or polypropylene blends, are designed for performance. They're light, stretchy, and above all, quick-drying. The biggest strength of synthetic materials is their ability to wick away moisture fast. As soon as you start to sweat, they pull it off your skin and spread it across the fabric, so it can evaporate. This makes synthetics ideal for high-intensity activities like running, skiing, or winter sports, where staying dry is more important than staying ultra-warm. They're also lightweight and durable. Synthetic base layers tend to last a long time, resist wear, and hold their shape after repeated washes. Many include spandex for stretch, making them more flexible and body-hugging, which is great for layering under tighter outerwear. But synthetics do have some downsides. The biggest one? Odor. Unlike wool, synthetic fabrics don't have natural antibacterial properties. That means they can start to smell after just one sweaty day. especially if you're wearing them under multiple layers. Some brands add odor control treatments, but they tend to fade over time. Also, while synthetics dry fast, they don't insulate as well when wet. If your base layer gets soaked and you stop moving, you may start to feel cold quickly. That's why synthetic layers work best when you're active, not standing still. Another thing to note: synthetics often don't feel as soft or natural as wool or silk. Some people find them slick or plasticky, depending on the fabric quality. Still, for those on a budget, or anyone needing a reliable base layer for workouts or hikes, synthetic options are a smart, practical choice. They may not be perfect, but when used right, they're hard to beat. Silk and bamboo, soft but not always practical. Not all base layers are built for high performance. Some are made for comfort, soft, lightweight, and pleasant to wear all day long. That's where fabrics like silk and bamboo viscose come in. They feel amazing on the skin, but they come with trade-offs. Let's start with silk. It's one of the most luxurious natural fibers, prized for its incredibly smooth texture and lightness. As a base layer, silk offers light insulation, a bit of moisture wicking, and a feeling of second skin comfort. It's great for layering under sweaters or dress clothes, and it's popular for people who want something sleek and non-bulky. But while silk feels nice, it has limitations. It's not very durable, especially with frequent washing. It can also retain moisture if you sweat too much, meaning it's better for mild cold or low activity situations like commuting or indoor use, not for hiking or skiing. Bamboo viscose, on the other hand, is made from processed bamboo pulp. It's technically a semi-synthetic fabric, but it feels like something between cotton and silk. Bamboo is known for being soft, breathable, and eco-friendly, at least in marketing terms. It offers decent temperature regulation and odor resistance, and it's often marketed as a sustainable option. Though the production process for bamboo viscose can vary a lot in terms of environmental impact. The downside? Like silk, bamboo base layers are usually slower to dry and less effective at wicking compared to synthetics. They're also not ideal for high sweat or extreme cold. So who are these fabrics for? Silk and bamboo base layers are perfect if you want something light, gentle, and good-looking, and if your winter activities are more about comfort than climbing mountains. They're not built for performance, but they're a treat to wear, especially when you're indoors or in dry, moderate cold. What to avoid, and how to choose right. Now that we've looked at the main base layer fabrics, let's talk about what not to wear, and how to actually make the right choice for your needs. First and foremost, avoid cotton. Always. Yes, it's soft. Yes, it's cheap. But cotton is a terrible base layer for cold weather. It absorbs moisture instead of wicking it away, and once it's wet, it stays wet. That trapped moisture pulls heat away from your body, leaving you feeling damp, cold, and miserable. A cotton t-shirt under your sweater may seem harmless, but it can ruin your whole outfit in the cold. Next, beware of fashion-first thermal wear. Some brands sell thermal base layers that look great but use the wrong materials, like cotton blends or fabrics that don't breathe well. Always check the label. If it's mostly cotton, skip it. If it's wool, polyester, or nylon, you're in safer territory. So how do you choose the right base layer? Start by asking yourself, how active will I be? If you're hiking, skiing, or even walking a lot, go for moisture-wicking synthetics or performance merino. How cold will it be? For deep winter, prioritize insulation. For milder cold, breathability may matter more. How sensitive is your skin? If you're picky about texture, try merino or bamboo. They're gentle and less technical feeling. How long will I wear it? If you'll wear it all day, odor resistance becomes a big deal. Merino wins here. And finally, try a few. Sometimes the best choice comes down to personal comfort. One person's perfect thermal top might feel too itchy, too slick, or too loose for someone else. Choose smart, invest once, and your base layer will quietly do its job every time you step outside. The right base layer doesn't need to be thick, fancy, or expensive. It just needs to work. It should keep you dry, help you stay warm, and feel good against your skin. Whether you choose merino for its comfort, synthetics for their performance, or something soft like bamboo, understanding the trade-offs helps you make better choices. Because once your base is right, everything else you layer on top becomes easier and warmer. Thanks for watching. and stay cozy out there.